build the business plan. And then just as I showed you on this other spreadsheet right here, you need to look at the lag and the lead measures. Okay, so the lag measure is going to tell you what income do you need, how many products do you need, and then the lead is going to tell you, okay, how do we get there? What is the daily work? What is the grind? Let me give you a tip right here. Just kind of a footnote. Hadn't even thought about it. If you'll go to, and I would have referenced this before I started building out these slides if I would have thought about it, but just kind of slinging it in here for you in real time. If you'll go to the module that I have on how to coach people so they make real progress, there's a section in there where we talk about, it's sections 4 and 5 of that module. We're talking about doing the daily work, and we're talking about breaking down the framework for your client into doable steps. And all through that, we talk about the lag measures and the lead measures. And so if you'll go listen to that or watch that for yourself, it totally applies right here for you. Okay. Fifth, finally, track those lead measures, not the lag measures. I get it. This is sounding like a broken record or a skipping compact disc. Do you remember those back in the day? You'd hit a bump in the car and the compact disc would skip and then replay. And my kids have no idea the beauty of getting the 3 second delay and then getting the 8 second delay on the CD, all this kind of stuff. Ah, track the lead measures, not the lag measures. Okay, the lag measures are important, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't know what they are, but the lag measures are going to be a result of the lead measures. So you need to develop right now to build a business, a system of finding leads to make this happen. And by now, because you built out this sheet, you know how many leads that you need and the conversion rates that you need to hit and build those conversion rates. Notice those were really, really low on all these. Okay. Don't build them off the best case scenarios. Build them off of industry averages. If you're doing better than the average, awesome. Keep it going. If you're not hitting what other people in the online space are doing, you just know, okay, I got to dial this in a little bit. Something's messed up with the messaging or something messed up with the offer. You got some work to do. So the lead measures might be the number of email opt-ins on your website, the number of leads. It might be the number of face-to-face conversations at networking events with qualified people. The number of lead measures might be the number of strategy or non-sales calls that you have, strategy sessions, non-sales calls, discovery calls, all different kinds of names for them. Or it's probably realistically a combination of all of these, depending on what the offer is. But if you know the good conversion rates, if you know how many you need to sell, you can backtrack, make sure you are filling the pipeline with those leads. Now, let me say this about the leads. Running the lead measures, it's a lot like when you're renovating a house and you turn the water off at the street because you got to do some work on the pipes. You're renovating the shower, changing out the tile in the bathroom, something like that. When you turn off the water at the street, if the faucet is on, the water will continue running for a few seconds before you realize, oh, this water's out. So somebody might turn the water off at the street and you might be in the shower and have shampoo stuck in your hair. Or, you might be filling up the water from the faucet to make a pot of coffee, and all of a sudden it's like, well, guess I'm not going to do that. You start, and then they turn off the water and the faucet goes a little bit and then it stops flowing. The pipes all empty out after the water is turned off. Here's the deal. When you turn the water back on, it takes a few moments for the water to fill up the pipes in the house before it actually starts flowing out of that faucet again, before you see the evidence of it. Now, it's just seconds. I get it when you turn on the water at your house, but there is that delay. And the same is true to some degree with everything that you're going to do online. Okay, you're going to track these lead measures, not the lag measures, but realize there is a lag. There is some delay. And so it's really, you got to figure out what's going to be your workflow and how you're going to fit in doing this lead stuff. When are you going to do the email opt-ins? What are you going to do? Whatever it is, the social media that's going to drive people to the website. When are you going to do, meeting with qualified leads in person at networking events, if that's something you're going to do? When are you going to do all the other stuff that you might choose to do? When are you going to do the live events, the networking stuff? When are you going to do the group coaching calls? When are you going to do the lunches? When are you going to do whatever it is, this sales calls, non-sales calls, discovery session, strategy session, whatever it is that you can do? You need to figure out how you're going to do that and the pace that you're going to do it, and give it time to actually work. If you're doing it, and you see those conversion rates, they're really kind of low. And if you do it, you realize, hey man, I'm just going to have to put in the work and just trust the process that the pipeline in the house is filling with water. And at some point, the spigot, if it's open, it's going to roll. All right, pro tip before we do a quick review. It is way easier to do all of this in reality if you first build this stuff on paper. And though it never works out exactly as you planned, you are far more prepared with a path mapped out. So build it on paper. If you were watching, you just kind of saw what I was doing, tweaking numbers, changing things right there in the spreadsheet in real time. And that's really what you want to be able to do. You go, well, I don't, this doesn't make a lot of sense to do it this way. Oh, I can do that. Oh, yeah, check this out. All right, let's dial it in here. Build it on paper. Realize the plan rarely looks exactly like you build it, but if you build it, it's way easier to edit and adjust something that you already have than it is to just create this thing out of thin air. All right, let's do the quick review, and then I will refer you to some additional training that'll help you drive even deeper on this. Here's a review of what you now know. You now know, number one, the background for this training and why the numbers matter. It's because you've got to get really practical about what's going to generate the profit. Number two, you know the questions that you need to ask, and you need to get honest answers for before you can move forward. So you need to ask yourself, how much money do I want to make? You need to ask yourself, what products do I have that I can sell? You know that you need to ask yourself, okay, how much do those products sell for? Where am I going to get the leads for those? What's the conversion rate? You know all those things. Number three, you now know how to identify the offers that you have. It's a menu of products on your sales pages. This might even go on your thought leader page, on your about us page. You know exactly how to do that now. And if you got questions on that, just reach out to us. I'm happy to jump on a free non-sales call with you and walk you through the entire process and just kind of brainstorm and shoot back and forth. We can kind of see what's going on there, but you now know how to do that. And you know that you can build all of this off of the same content just by giving people different, deeper levels of access to you based on what they pay. You now know, number four, how to do the math, preferably on a spreadsheet that updates the numbers. And I do say, yeah, take the time to build this thing out and make it adjust, make it work. And then, finally track the lead measures, not, I'm just going to say this. Let me just highlight this in the slide. I kind of want to highlight and say, not just the lag measures. So let's kind of say that right here. Let's just edit that in real time. Not just the lag measures. We do want to track the income. We do want to track the revenue, but not just the revenue. The revenue is the result of other things that are going on. Okay, so for further study, here's where to go. Go look at what needs to be on your coaching page. Sometimes we call that the thought leader page. So let me highlight that here. Go look and see what needs to be on your sales page. There is a template that will help you step by step know exactly the order and what to say there. In fact, you can download a template from us. You can put on your fonts, you can put it on your colors, you can put on your button sizes and shapes and all that kind of stuff. Put in your pictures, make it look exactly like your stuff. Number three, you might want to look at how to build a sales machine that sells on autopilot. The goal of that is really to take from low ticket offers and always have a next best step for people as they walk through. And then I would also take a look at how to run a membership program. That's in the Amplify course. You have access to all these modules in Amplify Pro. And so if you're looking for them and you're a member of Amplify Pro, they are all there. Just go into the search bar, look for it, and it will pop up for you. And this will help you as you build out the business plan. Okay. You've got some great content. You've got some incredible ideas. You need to build a business plan to grow it so you can project your revenue, so you can determine how many products and programs you need to sell. And then you can identify the number of leads that it's going to take to get you there so you can track that so you can serve more people at a higher level and continue doing the great work that you do.